What up, Whiskey Ginger fans? Welcome back to the show. If it's your first time joining the show, welcome to the show. We got a good one for you today. Like my man Steve Harvey say, show me Chris Distefano. Chris Distefano's on the show today. One of my bestie Westies from New York. I love this dude. He's incredible. We did a little bit of, we tried to do some touring. I'm touring now on my own. AndrewSantino.com, where you're going to get those tickets. I'm going to the Irvine Improv. I'll be at the Irvine Improv in a couple of weeks. Right now, this weekend, I'm at Seattle and Portland. If there's any tickets left, get them, Seattle. Get them, Portland. We rescheduled Vancouver. I'm going to Vegas. I'm also going to add Hawaii. We're all over the map. Go to AndrewSantino.com for those tickets. Also, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for listening. If you're on YouTube, like it. Please subscribe to us so you know when we post, but we post every Friday. We haven't missed. And leave a comment down below for the algorithm. Spread the word. Tell people about Wisginge so we keep this thing moving. Enough rambling from me. Let's go to the episode.
In here, we pour whisk, 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 whisk.
You were that creature in the ginger beard.
Sturdy and ginger.
Like vampires, the ginger gene is a curse.
Gingers are beautiful.
You owe me $5 for the whiskey and $75 for the horse.
Gingers? Oh, hell no.
This whiskey is excellent.
Ginger. I like gingers.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Whiskey Ginger. My guest today is one of my favorite people on earth. I say that for all my guests, but I mean it, especially today. It's my chubby bunny. I brought you a little roly-poly.
Thank you.
Chris Distefano.
Hello, how you doing?
What were you saying?
How's everybody doing?
What were you saying?
What I
before we
was
started?
saying was, okay, so first of all, I live on Staten Island now, and if you don't know Staten Island, it's all like, pretty much January 6th of last year when Staten Island was empty because everyone was storming the Capitol. That entire neighborhood was there. And I was waiting online at CVS. I was buying diapers for my little baby, batteries, and a Kit Kat bar because, daddy needs his sweets.
You got to have your sweets.
And there was some guy in front of me and a psychopath wearing a Jets jacket. And I was just a couple of feet behind him. I wasn't even thinking about COVID. I was just whatever. He goes, you don't have to, don't worry about the 6 feet rule. Don't worry about it. I was like, dude, it's fine. He goes, I see you're not wearing your mask. I'm happy you're not wearing your mask. I was like, yeah, it's whatever. Like, he goes, you know that there's 5G all over us.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, oh, here we go. I was like,
Yeah.
it's gonna be. Then he had his stuff at the counter already. Like the cashier was like, are you going to pay for this, sir? He was in my face telling me all the COVID conspiracies, everything about Dr. Fauci. He told me to get this certain thing on Amazon that I could plug it to the wall and see how much 5G is going into my children's toys from the Mickey Mouse Club and all that. And then he said to me, and he goes, you want to know what he goes, I'll leave you with this. And this is when I was like, wow. He goes, I'll leave you with this. He goes, it's all connected, my friend. Everything is connected. He goes, you ever hear David Berkowitz? I said, yeah. He goes, Son of Sam, right? He goes, just listen to me and listen to me good. Son of Sam, Uncle Sam, Samsung. It's connected. And then he walked away. I swear to God. And then he walked away. And what he was buying, he had a fucking full roll of toilet paper, a People magazine, and an Amazon gift card. And I was like, what is this guy doing? But when he said son of Sam, Uncle Sam, Samsung. It's all connected. He said Samsung's pumping 5G, just like they pump 5G into Son of Sam's head, just like Uncle Sam is pumping 5G into your taxes. And I was like, oh.
Well, let's see if we can do the same thing with Sony. Huh?
I know.
What's Sony then?
Sony, I don't know. What would it be?
Who's a Sony?
What do you mean?
Who's a Sony name? What's a Sony name to this country? Sony's got to have something.
Sony's owned by Japanese, right?
All right, well, let's go. There was a president, Mike Subaru. There's the car, the Subaru.
And then there's
the new coronavirus is called the Subaru variant.
The Subaru variant, and Australia. That's why Australia is still locked down.
That's why they're still locked down.
Yeah, that's why Steve Irwin died.
That is.
Yeah.
That's the real reason why Steve died.
Did you hear his son, Steve Irwin's son, got chased by an alligator through like the woods or something like that?
These guys keep fucking with animals.
His kid's going to get killed by an alligator.
Stop fucking with animals.
What are you going near animals for?
I don't get it. Just here's what I say. My rule is you either eat them or you leave them alone.
That's it.
That's my rule.
That's it. Eat them or leave them alone.
Eat them or let them be in the wild. You don't harness them. I don't like people that ride horses. I don't understand that.
Right.
What are you doing owning a horse?
Yeah, I don't even like the name of the gym Equinox because it's based off
of
a horse.
Right.
They're horse haters.
Do you guys still
Equinox.
have cops on horses here?
Huh?
Cops are on horses.
Do we
here
have
still?
cops on horses?
Does New York still have cops on horses?
The last time I saw a cop on a horse was to stop a protest.
Yeah, that's what they send them out for?
I was like that. I was like, Jesus, they're
Just to
going like
intimidate?
old Wild West.
I never understood that. You're never gonna. Could a cop on a horse ever catch you if you ran? If I punch someone in the face and a cop can't get me on a horse.
If a cop was chasing me on a horse, I swear to God,
Stop!
What I would
Stop!
Yeah, what I would do is I would run. If a cop was chasing me on a horse,
Zigzag.
I'd run into a fucking store. I'd get a bushel of apples and I'd just start feeding the horse and then run. And then I'd take the cop's gun and shoot him and then run away. I would just dude, all you have to do is literally have a handful of apples and carrots and the horse is going to stop and start eating because it's
be
a
your
horse.
buddy and gonna buck off the cop.
That's it.
Get off of me.
Get off of it.
I went into I was home. I'm in New York because I was in Chicago because my grandma died.
Yes. And
God
tell her
bless
how she
Nana.
died, everyone. Be honest.
It was a gang war. She was a blood and she ran into a crip and she was wearing the wrong colors.
She
and
got it
someone
right
said,
between the eyes.
Run those colors, and she threw up her sign.
I told you grandma she was tripping. I told her
She was
3 weeks ago
tripping.
before she did. I said, baby girl, you tripping. I said you're out here repping the wrong colors.
She was
You're
set
from
tripping
Chicago.
hard. Yup.
I said you're gonna get capped. And
She
then what
did.
happened? And then you called me with the news that Granny got shot. And I
got lit
poured out a 40 OE. And that's
She
it.
got lit up in a Benz in a. It's kind of like what happened to Tupac. Almost the exact same car she got.
Well,
lit up.
that's what her nickname was.
She was riding around rolling up a bleezy. And speaking of blunts, I brought a blunt for you. It's here.
What do you? Oh, this little muffin.
Yeah, little muffin. My little muffin man.
Let me taste it.
Do you know the muffin man? Cinnamon and sugar. Whenever Chris comes to LA, I'll finish about my grandmother. Also, whenever Chris comes to LA, you and I go out to eat and we eat.
Oh, it's dry.
7,000 calorie meals.
It's dry. It's like your grandma's pussy.
Hey, you son of a bitch. She passed away. I did a nice tribute to her at the Chicago Theater, which was super, super fun.
Did you get emotional? Be honest.
I did.
Gay.
I did. Then I brought up a guy and I kissed him and I said, "This is the only way to level this because no one can make fun of you if I kissed a guy."
Yeah, my dad, Tampatoni's in the back here. He's going,
pissed. He's pissed. You don't cry when someone dies.
You cried because your grandmother died? Fuck you. He goes, my grandmother was killed by Hitler.
Yeah. Your grandma got shot down by Hitler, huh?
Yeah. Hitler, no, and it wasn't concentrated. It was Hitler personally came and killed my dad. Just right like that.
Pop, pop. That's why you don't like Hitler.
Yeah.
That's the only reason.
That's the only reason.
Other than that, you love the guy.
Hitler personally killed my family. Can you?
That's why you don't like him.
Yeah.
But I went back to Chicago, the city of murder.
Sugar.
Shout out to Chicago for not stopping the murders, man.
Yeah,
They're doing
they
good.
don't give a fuck.
Also, and I was in the mall
Okay.
to go get new shoes. I needed new shoes for the funeral.
I need no choice.
And I went by Louis Vuitton store in the mall, and they had seven police officers there because the
Louis
smash and
Vuitton?
grabs. You know about all this in Chicago?
Yeah, well, that's happening all over the world.
Yeah, but Chicago, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's
Like nobody.
every day. It's happening every day.
So they had
Burberry just got jacked like 3 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
Louis, and then like they're going all these Montclair, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But they had 7 cops just inside of the Louis Vuitton store.
Do you know what a piece of white trash I am? I'm being dead serious. I thought for the longest time, it wasn't until recently, I thought Louis Vuitton and Louis Vuitton were just like sister companies.
Louis Vuitton
Yeah, because it's...
Babaton?
No, you know Louis Vuitton?
Oh, Louboutin shoes?
I thought it was Louis Vuitton. I thought it was Louis Vuitton and Louis Vuitton.
Is it not? I think it is.
Is it Louboutin?
I think it's Louboutin.
Louboutin. But I thought I
You're
had...
white trash. You said Louboutin.
I was like, I got Louis Vuittons.
You know I got Louis Vuittons.
Yeah.
Mine are, they're not red, they're purple on the bottom, but it's close.
Yeah.
It's a shade of red.
I bought Louis Vuittons because they're red bottom because I vote Republican. Imagine, I just hold on my Louis Vuitton red bottoms. That's how I vote.
Yeah, that's what I like.
Yeah.
Republican shoes.
Republican Jews.
Yeah, no, Louis Vuitton and Louboutin are not the same.
Not the same.
But it's okay.
So there's cops outside the Louis Vuitton. Did you go in there and try
7
to
of them.
smash and grab?
I went in there and I tried to get away with some stuff, but I wouldn't let me grab anything.
No, they wouldn't let you.
I couldn't get anything. I couldn't get my hands on anything fast enough.
Yeah,
Have you ever stolen?
I stole like, candy bars and
Same.
little things, but I never really stole.
I stole a bike one time.
You stole a bike.
Yeah, stole a kid's bike, not a friend, but a friend of a friend's bike.
And then like, what'd you do with it?
No, I rode it all day and then I ditched it.
You ditched it.
That's so
one time I had my bike stolen. I was pushed to the ground and I had my bike stolen, a GTX Performer.
I did it to you.
Yeah, you did it. And in my book bag, what the guy didn't know who stole my bike, in my book bag I had, which at that time was really popular, a Nintendo 64 and $700 in cash that my father had given me to give to my mother for their child support payment. I had it all in my book bag, and the kid just got my bike.
Wait a minute, a Nintendo 64 and $700 cash?
In my book bag.
How old were you?
12.
What are you, a drug dealer?
No, it was my dad's child support money that he gave to me to give to my mom.
Is that true, Tamp T? That's true.
That's true. So, and
he's handing a 12-year-old $700 cash to ride around.
And I was raised like such like a little like, you know, Catholic pussy that like I like when I got my bike son, I was like, I also have money in my bag. Do you want to take more?
You told him?
No, I was like, I ran away and just told.
Jesus wants you to have my bag.
I ran away crying and then got to the park and like shook it off and like made believe like I didn't even have a bike. They were like, why are your knees skinned? I was like, I was head first sliding into concrete. Yeah. But I just got my bikes on. I had poopy in my pants.
I got my skateboard stolen. So I feel like it was justice when I stole someone else's. But we used to garage hop. Do you know what that is?
Garage hop, like hang out in other people's garages?
Now, garage hopping is when like you go through neighborhoods and they, like back then in the Midwest, people would leave their garage doors open.
Okay.
Like in nice weather, so kids can come and go outside to the garage. And people would keep all sorts of shit in your garage. So we would go steal beer, you know, whatever loose money was around. We would just jack stuff from people's garages, called garage hopping.
No.
Very mean. There was no reason for it.
Well, you can't steal. And I kind of feel bad for kids now. They can't really get away with anything. Everything's on camera.
Well, unless you smash and grab, then you're getting away with anything.
Yeah.
So there's a message to young teen kids. If you're looking to have some fun, get a group together privately in a group text message.
With masks on.
And go ahead and smash and grab a high-end store.
Go do it, but as long as you're doing it within 6 feet, you're fully vaccinated and you have a mask on.
And a booster.
Can
you imagine
then
kids?
You're okay. If you want to steal and do that, if you're not vaccinated, if you're unvaccinated, you want to steal, the full arm of the law will come down on you. But if you're vaccinated, it's okay.
There was a smash and grab today at the Zoomy store in the mall where they'd rob a Claire's. Teenage kids.
Yeah. Dude, I had a friend who used to go to the mall, Queen Center Mall. That was the mall when we were kids. And he would, you know, steal things and just like, you know, like be like a menace. And just be a kid. And then after we graduated high school, whatever. And then I found out like 8 years later, I was reading the newspaper and it says, man kills himself at Queen Center Mall. It was my friend. He jumped off the top floor of the Queen Center Mall.
He ran out of stuff to steal.
He just ran. I guess he just stole the last thing. And he just said, boom, fucking killed himself. And he allegedly landed, his blood it hit like allegedly the story is like he jumped face first, like, you know, killed, like obviously blood splatter everywhere. And some kid was standing there with like a Cold Stone cup of ice cream, like
all over it.
It just went all over it. Imagine being that kid. You're just like,
and Cold Stone's like, no, we don't do refunds.
No.
You got to eat the blood.
Look at the sign. Look at the sign.
Blood splattered all over Aeropastel.
Wait a minute. So your grandmother, so how do you feel about Granny dying?
And I miss her and I love her. She was my last grandmother, a grandparent. She was a G. She was the coolest, dude. She was 91, dude. It's unreal how long she lived.
Well, even
you and I probably won't live to 91 collectively.
Well, I think that our bodies will die, but I think we're going to be the first generation where our consciousness is uploaded. I think we're going to be on a memory card forever.
You'll be on a micro SD card because you're penis.
I have a little penis. Thanks, Dad.
Yeah, he had no problem passing that down.
Yeah, he was like,
now I feel big.
Yeah. So, but you know what's beautiful thing is that your relationship that you have with your grandmother, because all my biological grandparents, I never knew them. And the only biological grandparent I knew was my dad's mom, but she died when I was very young. I had a step grandfather that was in my life till I was about 13, and then he died. So I never had a connection.
Everybody you know died.
Ever. Everyone's dead.
How young were all the grandparents when they died?
So my dad's dad died when he was a kid.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you know.
Cancer?
I never met him. Cancer.
What about the mom? What about your mother?
Cancer. Yeah.
You're getting cancer.
Yes. Then my mom's dad, you ready for this? My mom's mom died when I was 1. Okay. My mom's dad left the family with 5 kids in like 1962.
That's what
just took off and left.
Yeah.
So I never obviously met him. And then how about this? I got in out of nowhere. That guy, my paternal grandfather, my maternal grandfather, my mother's side, right? He went and started an entire other family, had kids with some woman, whatever. One of those kids reached out to me like a year ago, reached out to me and was like, hey, he has a band. He was like, I'm kind of like your half uncle. He's like, cause he was like, your mother is my half sister. Like my dad, that woman that he went and ran a family with, I'm one of the kids. So it was going to be this whole thing where like my mom, everybody was going to meet like one of their half brothers, just to like let bygones be bygones. He was going to open for me because he had a music band at a show, and then he died of COVID.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Yo, you being serious?
I swear to God.
Oh my God.
He died of COVID. I went to go message him to be like, hey, if you want to come to like a show, whatever, like the world's opening up again, like we can, rekindle what we were talking about before the pandemic. And then, the message was just left unread. And I went and looked back and I looked at his thing. It was like all RIP, RIP, RIP. And then I went back down. He had died of COVID.
What?
I was like,
this is not fun.
And I never got it.
But you did.
I never got it.
You gave it to me.
I didn't give it to you. That was Don DePetta.
Here's the deal. You were sleeping with Don. You were sleeping at his house. You were traveling around with him. You had it. You just didn't know it.
No, but I was getting tested every day because I was doing that dumb fucking True TV show.
I love that show, by the way. I watched it on the airplane.
It's on HBO Max.
Yeah, it is. Did I tell you this?
Do you really like that show?
I like it.
Should I have just said yes to season 2 and not be in an active lawsuit?
I'm involved in the lawsuit to sue you.
Yeah. I know.
I wrote True TV and I said, I'd like to sue him with you.
Yeah.
And they said, love to have you as a key witness.
I go like this. They go, do you want to do season 2? I say, no, I'm not doing it. They said, listen, Chris, if you don't do it, we'll sue you. I said, no, you're not. You're not going to sue me.
Guess what?
They said, we're going to sue you. And then I didn't hear from them for 2 weeks. And then all of a sudden my lawyer calls and goes, hey, Chris, you're getting sued. So I said, call them, tell them I'll do it. And
wait, are you going to do it now?
No. They said, no, too late. This lawsuit's, they won't allow.
They won't just settle the suit and
no, they're like, nope, it's over.
They're trying to make a point.
They're trying to make a point. And what the point they're going to make is comics, like real good comics, are going to be like, yeah, that's why I'm never doing television. Because
it's so crazy. Did you don't have like an NDA that you can't talk about the lawsuit, do you?
If I keep talking, I guess I can. Well, no, I didn't sign.
You didn't say, there's nothing that says you can't talk about it, right?
Yeah, but I guess I
like
should.
Like your lawyer say not to talk about it?
Well,
I don't know how lawsuits work. I've never been sued. Tampa T, have you been sued? Yeah, your dad's never been sued. He would just kill him if they sued him.
Sue
me, I kill you.
I guess I shouldn't be talking about it.
No, you can't. I think it's totally okay.
Nobody ever told me I couldn't talk about it.
That's fine. Then what? They're just looking for you to settle?
I guess. I don't know. I mean, I'd be willing to do it, but I guess now, but now.
Well, let me send a message to True TV. I'm looking right in my lens right now. True TV, here's what I want from you. Whatever the lawsuit is for, let's let bygones be bygones. Let's put it in our past and let's get rid of that one and sue him a new one and double what you sued him for the first time. And I'll be on your side. I'd love to rep you guys. I'd love to be a key witness in this case.
Yeah.
And I want a piece of the action.
That's it.
So I want you to sue him for more than you sued him for.
And my demands, I think, for what I wanted in season 2 weren't that insane. All I wanted was
you wanted a nude gimp on stage, a chained up nude gimp.
Exactly. Okay. I wanted the show to be filmed instead of Los Angeles in New York. I wanted the nude gimp. I wanted no masks or vaccine requirements or testing for anybody within a 10-mile radius of where we're filming.
Right.
And I wanted my trailer to just say Trump 2024 on the side of it.
And they wouldn't do it.
And they said no.
That's insane.
And I wanted firearms to be legal while on set. On set, I wanted everyone to have their firearms. And I wanted nobody to respect gender pronouns. And I wanted things to just go. Mm-hmm. I wanted you to be free. When you walk in, I wanted you to be free. I wanted no laws.
Like a John Wayne movie.
Yeah, and I was like, what, is that really that much? Like, it helps me get in the best comedy environment. And they said, no, we can't do that.
They have live ammunition and guns lying around?
Yeah.
Just guns on tables.
Yeah.
Loaded guns on tables.
I saw today, speaking of loaded guns, I saw today on the news, like Alec Baldwin is like back filming a movie and therapists are like, is this a little too soon? He's coming back filming a movie. I'm like, well, what do you want the guy to do? Just sit there and like...
That's the thing. What's the time frame that people expect? Is it all done, all that stuff?
No, I think like it's still being actively investigated.
Well, you might as well
he shot and killed a woman on set. He was like, is this gun loaded? Bang. Yeah.
You know what happened, though.
What do you think honestly happened, truthfully?
They were fucking around. You know what happens on sets. Mm-hmm. No matter what.
Well, no, I keep turning down shows and getting sued for it.
No matter what show or movie I've ever done, there's always fucking around. You get really friendly with people. You create these worlds, these like little relationships of like, you know the term work wife or work husband?
Yeah.
That's for sure born in our industry of like, you become like best friends, and a lot of times there's love that starts from there, or people start hooking up. You get so close so fast because you're with someone for 15 hours a day.
Right.
And it's just so much all the time that you kind of start to either fall in love with people or you fucking hate them.
Right.
And I'm that way. I either love you on set or I fucking hate you.
Right.
And I think when you love someone on set, you get this like romantic, like, I don't know how to explain it. You get this like it becomes like you go revert back to like childhood and you start fucking around, goofing around, and it's funny and everything is like heightened and goofy. And I think he was.
I feel like you're about to make a confession. You're like, I cheated on my wife on a movie set.
I fucked a guy named Marcus, and I don't care because
you fuck that guy. Fuck that guy too.
I don't care.
Yeah,
because
whatever.
he's cute. He's cute.
He's a cutie.
He's a stunt coordinator, and I said, "Come coordinate something in my trailer real fast."
Yeah, and he was tucked back. I thought it was a pussy.
Like a pretzel. No, you fall in love with these people's like personalities, and you become like you become like a kid.
Yeah,
and you start fucking around.
Yeah,
and I think he was joking around and being a goofball, thinking this is a fake, is not a real gun. There's no live ammo, and he was joking around.
Yeah,
and I think nobody wants to talk about it. That it was like they were being funny with it because it'll look way worse if they were like, oh, he was wild, like Sam Coyote, like hey, just fucking around with it. Thinking this isn't a real gun, because we would have you and I would do that for sure. If we shot something together and we had fake guns.
Oh my God, I would be putting it on your head every day. I would put it in my kid's head, be like, woohoo, take a pic. I would give it to my 7-month-old, be like, have fun with the gun.
Or the other conspiracy is, as you know, Baldwin's a big, a super, super far left, and that woman may have been the opposite.
May have been the opposite.
And he was sent in by the CIA.
Yeah.
Take care of it.
Well, I'll tell you that, of course, I always use my platform to tell the truth. Dr. Fauci created AIDS. We know that.
Did he create it or he patented it? I don't know if I thought he patented it.
I thought, well, you know how they always say that AIDS got created because a human being had sex with a monkey? That human being was Dr. Fauci.
Who said that?
That's what they say.
No.
It's rhesus something.
I heard it was from rats eating stuff and carrying disease and then bit somebody, and then that guy.
No, they said that that what they think is that a human being had sex with a monkey in the wild, and that somehow created AIDS.
First of all, I had sex with an orangutan, and it wasn't in the wild. It was in a Motel 6, and it was what it was.
It was, it was fun.
It was fun.
We did a little crystal
orange
meth.
guys hanging out.
Yeah.
I did crystal meth with an orangutan.
You imagine 2 orange? That'd be hilarious.
Just me and orangutan making love. Do you think if I fucked an orangutan, you would have a red-headed orangutan baby?
Yes, I do. I think if you fucked an orangutan, it would have red hair.
Orangutans have red hair? Do they have red body hair? But is that
baboons?
No, baboons have red.
Baboons are the original Louis Vuittons.
That's red.
Red bottoms.
Red bottoms.
The red bottoms. Yeah.
So you think the original case came from a man and an ape?
No, that's what I think
and
science
Fauci
thinks.
started it.
Well, yeah, Fauci. I'm starting the Twitter hashtag Fauci gave me AIDS. But with that though, with the conspiracy stuff, what I will say though is anybody, I think what we're learning now, there it is. That actually does, honestly.
That looks like me.
It does look like you. That one right there, that one, it's the second row, 1, 2, 3, 4, the fifth one over. That looks like Andrew Santino a little bit. Look at that.
Wait,
go down. Left, one,
left.
That one right there.
One, yeah,
if you can make that one big, look at that. That looks. Dude, that has to be one of your next tour flyers.
Yeah,
look at that. If you combed your hair down and you had bangs,
that's 100% me.
That looks like if you had sex with an orangutan and then that child had Down syndrome. That's what that looks like.
My Downy Tang?
Down syndrome orangutan child of Andrew Santino. That's nice.
These are my kids.
These are my kitties. So
Fauci designed and patented
AIDS,
and you are starting a hashtag because listen, I want to be clear on this show. We are spreading truth. There is no misinformation.
There's no misinformation. Can
you imagine listening to a fucking podcast for real scientific advice?
Yeah.
Shame on every fucking idiot that even gets mad that they listen to comedians joking about shit they know nothing about.
I talk about it too, like on stage, where it's like, what? Even news reporters, even giving an attempt of an opinion on, viral load and the variant. It's like, shut your fucking mouth.
Yeah, no one-
These
yeah.
doctors went to school. I have to listen sometimes to fucking Power 1051 where I'm listening to the fucking Breakfast Club and Angela Yee is talking to me about COVID. I'm like, shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about. You have no idea what you're talking about with COVID. No, Elvis Duran, shut up. They just talk about it and they give opinions. It's like, you're just regurgitating information you heard from whatever news channel you fucking listen to.
Yeah.
Shut up. You did not go to medical school. You have no idea what you're talking about.
You did go to medical school, and you're
I'm
here
a
to
physical
tell everybody.
therapist.
You're here to tell everyone.
I'm here to fucking tell you the vaccines don't work.
In here, we pour whiskey.
Credit card debt, we've got it. Okay, it's a nightmare. All of us have gone through it. It's not fun. And if you don't know how to claw your way out of staring at a high balance, Upstart can help you. If you got multiple credit cards, tracking those balances are a nightmare. Due dates and website logins is very stressful. And Upstart makes things simple with one monthly payment in one place. It's the fast and easy way to get a personal loan to pay off all of your debt, all done on the internet. Paying off credit cards, consolidating high debtor, funding personal expenses. Over 500,000 people have used Upstart to get a simple fixed monthly payment. Find a smarter rate with trusted partners through Upstart because they assess more than just your credit score. You can approve the same day, maybe, and receive funds as fast as one business day. Pretty good. If debt has taken over your life, it's time to get a fresh start with Upstart. With a 5-minute online rate check, you can see your rate up front for loans from $1,000 to $50,000 smackaroonies. If you're in debt, Upstart is the place. Find out how Upstart can help lower your monthly payments today when you go to upstart.com/whiskey. That's upstart.com/whiskey. Don't forget to use our URL. Let them know we sent you. Loan amounts will be determined based on your credit, income, and certain other information provided in your loan application. Go to upstart.com/whiskey. This episode is brought to you by Rabbit Hole Distillery and their one-of-a-kind Kentucky bourbon and rye whiskeys. Hey, love this sauce. This is very good. A lot of places claim to be small batch, but they're not. That could be 1,000 barrels. These cats, or these rabbits, corny. These people are doing under 15 barrels, so you know the quality will be there in every single bottle. They sent me a whole bunch of them. Their entire list, okay? They've got 4 distinct whiskey expressions, but today I was drinking some of this sauce, this Boxer Grail. But I've also had the Cave Hill, the 4-grain triple malt bourbon, that High Gold, High Rye double malt, the Boxer Grail sour mash rye, and the Derringer, which is the sherry finished bourbon. It's finished in sherry casks. I don't even know how to say it. If you're looking for some new sauce, this is great. I highly, highly recommend this stuff. Of course, as you know, it's from Kentucky, so it's good. Give it a whirl. Try some of this Kentucky straight rye whiskey, that Rabbit Hole. Go pick up some near you, or go to rabbitholedistillery.com/drizzly and use promo code RABBIT for $5 off your first order. rabbitholedistillery.com/drizzly. Use our promo code RABBIT for $5 off your first order, or just go pick some up in a store near you.
Ginger. I like gingers.
No, I'm kidding. Do whatever you want. I don't even know, dude. I was a physical. I don't know. Unless you worked, unless you were treating patients, unless you are a scientist working on the cure or looking at COVID under a microscope, even if you're an insanely smart person, it doesn't matter, dude. You're just regurgitating information.
We don't
You're
know
just
shit.
paraphrasing bullshit sounding. It's like everybody talks to you about like what they think they know or don't know.
We
It's
don't
like,
know anything.
Just leave it to professionals.
Here's how little we know. Do you know what black pepper is?
Black pepper?
Like pepper. Like
I think
salt
it's
and
pepper that's been discriminated against for too long.
100%. And that's why salt always gets the first. Why does salt always get the first?
Because of
salt
white privilege.
and pepper.
Yeah.
That's white privilege at its finest.
Yeah.
And so I want to change the phrase right now to pepper and salt.
There you go.
This show is going to be called Pepper and Salt from now on.
I love
because
it.
salt and pepper, salt shouldn't come first. Why does salt have to come first? Because it's white?
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
I'm going around. My daughter yesterday found a white rabbit that was like got out, a white rabbit. And she said, Daddy, what should we do this? I said, kill that fucking white rabbit because it's had it too good for too long. Unless that white rabbit is trans. Turn it over. Let me see if it's trans. Then we save it, we protect it, we put it on a fucking mantle.
Kill all white rabbits.
Kill the white rabbits.
Kill all white rabbits.
Kill them.
They've had it good for. They've been hopping around for too long.
They seriously have been.
Speaking of which, by the way, this. Do you want a sip of this?
Okay.
This is called Rabbit Hole.
Is it called Rabbit Hole?
I'm serious. This is called Rabbit Hole.
Come on, put it in my little
Let's have a
dicky
little
cup.
sip in the morning.
Let's have a little sip in the morning.
It's 9:30
Dad, you
a.m.
want to get your diabetes flowing early? Want
Are
to
you
sip?
spiking? Are you spiking?
That's it. Yeah, Dad woke up with it.
Does he have one of those meters? Do you have
yeah.
one of, Tampa T, you got one of those meters that's already put in? You prick the finger every time?
There's my house is covered. It's like a crime scene. There's blood everywhere because my dad's just pricking his finger.
Now, why? What's the advantage? What's the advantage of pricking your finger versus just having one of those things inserted in you? Don't you just want one of those inside of you? You like pricking? Yeah. Well, you made a little prick, so I guess
that's it. Might as well. Might as well.
Let's have just a little snifter. It's 9 a.m.
But you know what's happening here? Come on.
Yikes!
Here it is.
Cheers.
Love you, babes.
Cilantro.
There it is.
Oh, that's good.
That is good. But what I'll say about the cancel culture stuff thing is, like, do you see like what happened with The Rock and Rogan and all that stuff? Did you talk about that already on Bad
No,
Friends?
I didn't talk about it
On the pod. So did you see what happened though? With The Rock?
So he defended him and then he went back and said he didn't.
Well, because all the Rogan, the Rogan, how many times he said the N-word and all that stuff, which is like, obviously not okay, but it's like you could tell that stuff's been out there a long time. People are going after him. Now they're trying to find a reason to get him off. I think everybody can admit that. No, it has nothing to do with the word. The word, you can't say that. That's no good. Obviously, okay. But The Rock then, was defending him and then comes back and says, oh, now after seeing all this, I've changed my opinion and blah, 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 and I've been educated. And Rogan's like one of the only guys in the world, like he doesn't need your endorsement, The Rock. He's more famous than you, probably. Yeah. He's like one of the only people that's like more famous than The Rock. Yeah, or maybe bigger deal than The Rock. So it's like, The Rock, why even getting involved in this one? Two, he opens himself up now because then, that pisses people off. Now they find all these times The Rock said tranny. He's doing Chinese accents. Yeah, it's all out there. So now it's like, now the tables turn on The Rock. So my point is like, if you want to go attack somebody for anything, just know that light's going to get shown on you. And then everybody has said or done something they regret. Everybody. It used to be every human being. That's the truth.
Politicians were the ones that got their lives dug into, like every little word they ever said. Now it's everybody who has any stance on anything. And I just think, look, I've known Joe for a long time and I don't really give a shit about this whole thing because it's insane to me that it's like, the dude, I know who he really is, and saying those words, like it's that N-word compilation, he's talked about. He talked about it on stage.
No.
He's spoken about the video. A long time before this happened.
Right.
But he talked about it that it's like, that's not who I am, and that's crazy to think who you were and who you can grow to be, which is ironic that that's what the whole joke is about, or that's what he was talking about. And then for this to come to light is like, man, out of context, it's incredible how easy you can just bury someone out of context.
Sure.
Without any context, it's over. It's so easy to be like, no, we'll just take this and bury you because of it. Now, I'm not saying it's cool to say all that shit. I'm just saying, let somebody change and let somebody grow. If we're going to be okay with Whoopi Goldberg making a mistake about the Holocaust,
right, then
you have to be okay with someone saying a fucked up word that we shouldn't say in this day and age, and let's move forward. That's all. I'm just saying, like, I don't get it. If we're going to be like, oh, Whoopi didn't mean that, it's like, okay, and I'm sure Joe didn't mean that. Because this weird thing about people saying people are racist, you know who's racist? Racists.
Yeah.
They don't hide it.
No.
They're not shy about it. Yeah.
No.
Have you ever been to Kentucky?
Yeah.
They don't fucking hide it.
Yeah.
They're not like, I'm a racist, but don't tell anybody.
Yeah,
No, they wave the fucking flag. They put it on the truck.
Yeah.
Like this idea that someone's like, he's a racist. You're like, dude, I know I've met real racists. They're not shy about racism.
Well, because
they'll fucking tell you they don't like, they don't like. They'll tell you right away.
Well, I think it's clear now, at least with TV and the Hollywood part of it all, they don't really want the problems to go away. They make a lot of money off the problem. Because if you wanted the problems to go away, then it would be more about, instead of trying to cancel this or do that, let's all have discussions and get better as a human race. But that's not what they want. They want attack. But that's why doing this stuff, the podcasting and the internet, at least we have our little faction of fans that, like, we can just be who we want to be.
I want to be
them.
a fucking clown and have fun and joke around, and that's what this whole thing was about anyway from the beginning.
Right.
It's like but that's also to say, on the other flip side of it, Joe bringing on like tons of doctors and scientists and all that stuff, to me, that's his show. He can do whatever he wants, but that's where it gets blurred lines of like,
right.
Hey, talking to so many fucking doctors.
I get it, but
I don't care. He can do whatever he wants.
But here's the thing. This is just, and again, I don't know like all the political red tape and whatever, and I'm sure there's a reason.
And it is red tape.
It is red. Notice they don't say blue. No. So all the
blue tape doesn't hold up well. It's pussified.
Yeah. So by the way, my girl and my whole family's half Puerto Rican. So it's like, it's just funny that like I'm like, like white and like, like look like, like on the news, they'd be like, you piece of shit, you white privileged piece of shit. Meanwhile, like I vote Democrat, like I'm just like all inclusive, but my girl's Puerto Rican family, huge Trump supporters. They're big in Trump. And I'm like, yay. They're like, we fucking love Donald Trump.
So when you joke around about it, do they think it's
They're
real?
like, yo, Donald Trump, he gonna save the planet and shit. And I'm like, okay.
You're going to get canceled for that accent.
I could, right. But meanwhile, I'm imitating my 6-year-old daughter.
And they interview her. They're like, how do you feel about daddy doing an accent? She's taking me there like, lock him up.
She's like, the only issue I have is that he likes Joe Biden.
He's a pussy.
He's a pussy, yeah.
Glad he got me these Louboutins.
But that's why my mommy fucking the contractor that's doing the work on the basement anyway. Because he's the real man.
Would you buy her fancy shit? Would you ever buy her designer shit? You know what they say?
My daughter?
Yeah, and I've seen in Soho they sell like fucking kids fucking designer clothes.
No, the only
Don't
reason,
tell me you've done it
no,
already.
here's the thing. I would buy my daughter, my oldest daughter, a designer thing now, only because I have a baby daughter that I'd be like, okay, I could do a hand-me-down Louis Vuitton bag. You know what I mean?
Little Gucci slippers?
Little Gucci slips. We could do it and do a little hand-me-down.
I get that.
If I just had one kid, no. But I'm like, okay, this could be an investment because I could have this for, I'll have this for 7 more years or whatever it is.
I guess that's when it's okay.
And my stepson, who's trans, You
could get it. Tampa T laugh. That's one laugh out of your dad you got. Because he knows it's real. He's like, it's true.
No, I'm kidding.
Remember when your dad you and me went to a baseball game?
Yeah, my dad just sat
and he
there.
said no words to us. This is the funniest part. I think we talked about it, but it was amazing. He was like Rain Man.
Yeah.
We would just ask him a stat. We'd be like, who do you think hit the most home runs in '88?
Yeah.
And he knew the name. He knew what teams he knew what college they went to. Yeah. He was like Walmart. He just went through the list. It was remarkable. I mentioned one name. I think I mentioned Jose Oquendo. And he knew every team that Jose Oquendo had played for. One of the best utility players. Yeah. He just spurted it out.
Just spurted it out. And then you just give him a hot dog. He just keeps going. No, but what were we talking about? What was I talking about before?
In this brain tree of nonsense.
Of nonsense.
We brink off into.
This. I understand what you're saying with Joe Rogan, like why even have the science on? I get that.
No, I'm not saying why. I'm saying when you enter a world of bringing on scientists and doctors, like naturally you're going to get into these like serious conversations,
right?
And it's weird because I don't know because serious is great, but at some point.
Yeah.
This thing is fucking ridiculous.
We're being idiots.
Yeah, this is ridiculous. What do we think this is?
Don't take me seriously at all. I look, I'm growing my hair into a mullet. Like,
why are you doing that?
I know, it's stupid, right?
No, I don't like it. Why are you doing
I know.
And you're such a handsome boy.
I know. I should just, I don't know.
You look, you're like a...
look at it.
You're like Theo. You're like Fat Theo. You're Theo.
I know.
Theo.
I know, it sucks, right? I should just get a regular haircut.
You're Theo Bonbon.
I know, everybody hates it.
My little chocolate prince. Why did you do it?
I don't know. I just thought it'd be funny goof.
You look cute in the front, but then when I see the side.
Yeah, because I saw Matt Damon in that movie, The Last Duel. I was like, I want that. Look at Matt Damon's hair in The Last Duel.
No, you're not Matt. You're definitely not Matt Damon.
Matt Damon in The Last Duel. But
you're closer to Affleck for sure.
You know what's crazy? In the same day once, somebody told me I look like Ben Affleck and then also Ben Stiller. I was like, ooh.
Look at me. Yeah, maybe.
They're like, which one is it?
Which one is it?
It depends. I got a little weight in my face, but if I get it off, it'd be bad.
Well, I gained some. I've been consistently over 200 now.
Fat.
Thanks to you.
Yeah, I know.
When you come into town, every time Chris comes to my house and we go to eat, what do we get for breakfast every time?
Pancakes. Well, we get
kind of
egg
pancakes?
Sandwich. Then we get chocolate chip banana pancakes for the table.
We get it for the table. Chris always goes, and we'll get chocolate chip pancake for the table.
Yeah.
And they're a fucking 6-stack. It's fucking huge.
Yeah.
And we have to finish it because I feel bad.
Yeah.
Because there's kids around the world that are starving.
Exactly.
You know how many kids would love chocolate chip pancakes?
Yeah.
And we'll eat them.
I'll eat them right in front of you, starving little fucks.
What if I flew a starving kid out to LA and brought him to the diner just to watch your fat ass eat pancakes? I just held him there. I'm like, no, you just get to watch. What do you weight now?
What do I weigh?
Yeah.
What do I weight? Probably 243.
Let's get it to 250.
Daddy.
Let's get it to 250.
But you know what it is?
I think you look healthy.
But I'm strong. I have good strength in the gym. But I'm a fat little piece of shit. Fat little doughy piece of shit. When I see myself on camera, I go, yuck.
No.
Yeah. No.
He looks fine. Doesn't he look fine? You look fine. Come on.
I just don't.
What would you want to get down to?
200.
Seriously? You want to
That's
lose
too
20
skinny,
pounds?
right?
That's a lot for you.
Yeah.
It's just not your natural build.
I know, I'm a big
Like
boy.
your dad is built broad.
Big boy. But when I was playing college basketball, I was 195 and I was just, but I shaved head. I looked like a
It's also
lunatic.
20 years ago.
You ever see me what I look like
That
playing
photo,
ball?
yeah.
It's crazy,
you look
right?
hot.
I was crazy nut job of a guy.
But you were working out every single day.
Yeah, every day. Yeah,
now,
it was just
now how often are you working out?
once a day for like 20 minutes. I like go on a walk.
like you're 70.
Yeah, let's go on
Get
a
your little
walk.
walking cane?
Yeah.
I'm buying you a walking cane for your birthday.
I go on walks. It's so dumb.
We're trying to get my dad out of the house. That's my biggest beef.
Why?
Because he's retired. He sits around. He doesn't do anything. He does nothing. Nothing. He watches an old Western. He jams Fox News for 9 hours.
Right.
Then he eats like a box of pork rinds.
Yeah.
Then he sleeps. No, he doesn't do anything. He doesn't do anything at all. And that's you. Oh, there he is. Yeah.
Remember that, Dad? Dad was at every one of those games.
Was he was good, huh? You were all right.
Used to shoot 1,000 jump shots a day.
No, you didn't.
Yes, we did. He would get the
And
rebounds.
you would run around and chase the ball?
Yeah.
That was good for you, though. Get that diabetes level
I'm
down.
my Division 10 college's all-time leading scorer.
Are you really?
I am, Dad. I'm the all-time leading scorer at the school. Yeah.
What division is it?
You know, less.
D6?
Yeah, D8.
It's like a high school
It
affiliate.
like doesn't even count. It was like, that's why, look, they gave me that there's a picture of me in the middle of that guy with the suit where I'm like receiving the award to go into their Hall of Fame. I wore an Islanders jacket. I was like, this is bullshit. I like took the bus there.
But who's that guy next to? That's not Distefano, but that looks just like you. In that.
Where?
Look at the blue suit, the blue coat.
Where?
To the right. Yeah. Look, who are those guys? That's not you, but this guy, that's you?
That's me.
Wow.
Look at that.
Wow, you clean up. You clean up really well.
That was at Justin Bieber's roast.
Oh,
Comedy Central.
I went to that.
Did you go to that? Were we not
I
friends yet?
hosted-
How did we not hang out?
No, because I did the red carpet hosting thing.
Yeah, but I was on the red carpet. How
I
did
didn't
we
go
not?
inside. And I only interviewed real celebrities. I wasn't going to interview you.
Yeah.
I did like Shaq,
Yeah, my suit. Yeah.
Snoop.
How was it?
Shaq was really funny. It's so funny with those celebrities back then because that was how many years ago?
4 or 5.
No. Justin Bieber?
Oh, I was at the roast of Charlie Sheen, not
I'm
Justin
sorry.
Bieber.
I
I was at
Bieber.
Charlie Sheen.
And it was like 8
No, I was
years
at Bruce Willis.
ago. Oh, Mike, who gives a shit?
Who cares, right?
But those guys, and I had no namesake at all anyway. And not like they would know me now, but back then even more so. So when I would interview any big name celebrity, they fuck you off unless they know you.
Right.
They
will.
don't give a shit about you.
Yeah, they'd be like, fuck
And we were
you.
going to run this bit with Shaq. And then I was like, no.
Yeah.
He's going to be like, I don't want this unknown fucking loser trying to
yeah.
on me. Yeah.
Yeah,
He
it's-
would say the same thing today, but at least today I'd have more confidence.
Yeah, you
I
did.
wasn't confident at all. I was like, this is
Just
sad.
give him a body shot and run away.
Snoop said like 3 words to me and kept walking. Everyone kind of fucked me right off. Unless I saw a comic that I knew.
Right.
Like I think Natasha maybe, whatever. It was like that kind of thing. That's the weirdest thing is when you're a comic and you're interviewing a comic who you do sets with at the store or whatever.
Yeah.
But they're way above you at the time.
Yeah, and you just have to like
eat it.
eat
You have
it
to
and just
eat it.
yeah. Hey, I know. I
You don't like hosting stuff, huh?
I know I've hosted stuff. I just really like what we're doing now. I just like to do the podcast. I like to do the stand up. I just like that world, you know.
Where are you at next weekend, by the way?
Next weekend?
Yeah.
Well, when does this come out?
Next Friday.
This comes out next Friday.
A week from tomorrow.
A week from tomorrow. So what I will tell you to do, how about this? You ready for this?
Go to
I got
christycomedy.com.
big news.
Oh, you do?
So what I'll
Seriously?
tell you, well, I mean, you know, for me, so I'll tell you that, first of all, March 4th, you could come to the Royal Oak.
Michigan, Detroit, Michigan.
But then March 5th, just booked it, March 5th. The Gramercy Theater in New York, I'm going to be filming my comedy special, my Special Weshy.
We need to talk about this.
The Gramercy Theater.
Go to Gramercy
New York
Theater.
City.
Go to christycomedy.com and buy those tickets to go see this
Come
guy.
see me. If you saw me at the Beacon, it's going to be the same set, but this is a special, baby. So come. I just made it's a special.
Gramercy's how big compared to Beacon?
Beacon was 2,700 seats. Gramercy's 400 seats.
Oh,
So I should have done the special at the Beacon.
No,
No,
I
it's
think
better to do it
smaller
at the
is better.
Gramercy.
Like 2,700 seats?
Beacon was 2,700.
Wow, I just did Chicago Theater was 30.
36, right?
Well, I only
37?
got 32 or 33.
Yeah, but you still that's
over 3,000 is nuts for me.
That's pretty great. I'm going to be at the
Chicago
Chicago
showed
Theater
up.
September 30th.
No one's going to go to that.
Why?
Nah,
I'm going to try to throw out the first.
Chicago, don't go.
Did you ever throw out a first pitch at a Cubs game?
No, I think we tried to make it happen last time and it didn't work. For a Cubs guy, I want to sing the 7th inning stretch. That's
like
a celebrity thing. The first pitch they give to like, you know,
Yeah, I remember I threw out the first pitch at a Mets game. I was one of 3 people that threw out the first pitch. I thought it was like this whole big deal. It was like one of them was like a 7-year-old kid.
Yeah,
I was
he
like,
probably got it right down.
Yeah, he got a strike. I brought my daughter onto the mound with me.
One time there was a kid this kid who had, he was like a Paralympic athlete or something like that or whatever, and he had they have wheels on him and it rolls, but it's behind. It's like in between him and not in front of him.
Yeah,
and he got out there to throw the first pitch, and I was like, don't make him go all the way to the mound.
Right.
But he went all the way to the mound, and then getting the thing up the mound.
Yeah.
It wasn't funny, but it
was funny.
It was funny as fuck. I mean, it was like, why are they making this kid fucking wheel this thing up through the mound? It was like scratching up the dirt.
Yeah.
And he threw a great pitch, but like then it took another, the game was delayed for 15 minutes to get him back.
Like one time, I swear to God, this is true. St. Matthias Church is where I was an altar boy. And one time, like you get communion. And one time there was this old lady that she just like maybe got to church late or whatever. And she was walking down like the aisle, like the whole, like 200 feet aisle. And the priest is just standing there with the communion. He could have easily just walked up and met her halfway or whatever. And he just waited there. And it took her like 5 minutes to get down the aisle. And then I swear to Christ, she was walking. She was about 5 pews away and she fell. She fully fell, and he didn't even go to help her because other people came to help him. He was just standing there like that.
The body of Christ.
And then she just got up like all decrepit, and he just put it right in her mouth, and then fucking walked away.
In here, we pour whiskey.
This podcast is sponsored by Betterhelp Online Therapy. Betterhelp is incredible. I've talked about it very often on this show. I'm a big proponent of mental health. I talk to somebody. You don't have to if you don't want to. I highly recommend it. Relationships take work, and a lot of us will drop anything to go out of our way to help somebody else. But how often do we help ourselves? You need some self-care, some self-help. This month, BetterHelp is online therapy, and they want to remind you, take care of your most important relationship, the one you got with the solo, the you. Look, you make time for the gym, haircut, relationships, and therapy should slide into there somewhere, somehow, some way. I've had a great experience with these people. I highly recommend it. I think it's great. It's better than traditional counseling when you go to a room. It's also a little bit more affordable. They offer video, phone, even live chat sessions with your therapist. You don't have to see anyone on camera if you don't want to. It's much more affordable than in-person therapy. You can be matched with a therapist in under 48 hours. Switch them if you don't like them. Not that big of a deal. Give it a try. See why over 2 million people have used BetterHelp Online Therapy. This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp, and Whiskey Ginger listeners get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/whiskey. That's better, B-E-T-T-E-R, help, HELP.com/whiskey. This winter, you got to upgrade your daily routine with Bespoke Post and their Box of Awesome. We've talked about Box of Awesome on here. What a cool little present that you get. It ain't Christmas anymore, but you can still get something very fun and surprise-worthy with the Box of Awesome. They got you covered from winter cocktails, cozy threads, camping gear essentials. Box of Awesome has collections for every single part of your life. They got knives. They got the Terra box, which has knives in it, or knives, as some of you people say it. They got that carnivore box, the American barbecue rub in the carnivore box is made by the Great American Spice Co. in Rockford, Michigan, baby. But they got great stuff. I always love their decanters, some of the glasses they sent me. And also they got some hot sauce over there. But you sign on, you can skip a month, cancel whenever you want. The box is only $45, but it's over $70 worth of gear on the inside. Go to boxofawesome.com. You'll find out how great it is. And you're supporting small business. 90% of everything that comes in your Box of Awesome is from a small and upcoming brand. Get 20% off your first monthly box when you sign up at boxofawesome.com. Enter the code WHISKEY at the checkout. That's boxofawesome.com, code WHISKEY for 20% off your first box.
Ginger. I like gingers.
At my grandma's funeral,
I wish I would have went, dude. I would have did a set.
You would have crushed.
Imagine I came out and fucking
my uncle did
annihilated.
like a tight 7.
Did he really?
My mom wrote the eulogy, and it was funny as shit.
It was funny. Yeah, because
funny.
Your grandma,
as shit.
you come from like a fun family.
It's Irish people. That's all we do is joke around.
Yeah.
I mean, like, and you know me. This is actually really sweet. So my uncle read the eulogy, and he crushed, and then I went up to read a verse, a Bible verse reading. And I haven't been to church in so long. I was getting hot and sweaty because I was like, ooh, they're going to know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're going to know that it ain't me.
Yeah, I know.
And I get up there and I got a little emotional because it was weird because I was a pallbearer, have you ever carried a casket?
Yeah, once.
Fucking the worst.
I know.
It's fucking worst.
It's heavy. It's
it's also just like,
it's weird.
You're wheeling around someone you love through other people, and it's impossible to not get emotional.
Of course.
And people are staring at you, and the whole time you want to be like, don't fucking look at the fucking floor. Yeah, because it's. So I walk by her, I got emotional, and this priest wasn't my grandma's priest. My grandma's priest moved to another parish, probably because of
That's what happens.
Trouble or something.
Yeah, got a little handsy.
Yeah, got a little handsy priest,
Hey.
and he got moved. And so this guy was like the backup. He was like QB3 or something like that. You could tell this wasn't the guy. He wasn't having any fun. He didn't fucking know my grandmother, so it was informal. My whole family was pissed.
You're right.
He wasn't having any fun with it. And then I get up there, and I'm a little emotional. I'm trying to get through it, and so I have to throw something away as a comic. So my uncle everyone was laughing, and the priest stood there, stone-faced.
Yeah.
Didn't even smirk once.
Nothing.
So I just turned and I was like, Father didn't even laugh once. Tough crowd, huh? And everybody laughed, and he went like this and looked away. I almost went over there and beat the shit out of him.
What
My
a
grandma's
fucking
funeral. He was
dick.
a fucking asshole.
What is
I couldn't
wrong with
stand
them?
him. Hey, what do you mean what's wrong with him? He can't fuck anybody.
That's true.
He said, what a miserable life. You sign up to not fuck?
I know.
It's insane.
They have to change that because
Sign me up.
Yeah, because I don't think it's not realistic anymore.
Well, like when what my mom and dad are now is called Presbyterian, and it's like Catholic diet. It's like, and the priests are allowed to be married, do whatever the fuck they want. They could be gay, they could be straight, they could be married, which is the real world. It's like you can't. Why are you
the Roman
telling
Catholic Church? They have to change. They're going to have to change.
It's
it because
insane.
They're losing. The numbers are down.
Well, look at even the last pope. Didn't the last pope? He was pro-gay marriage, wasn't?
Yeah, he is.
The last pope, and he was like, "Fuck it, who gives a shit?"
I think the current pope is too, right? No,
Maybe that's the guy I'm talking about.
yeah.
Well, then let them get fucking married and do whatever they want. It's like that.
Yeah.
They're not gonna boop little boys. Also, he had two little girls helping him, altar girls,
Right.
Which I never saw when I was a kid.
No, you weren't allowed to do that.
Well, now they put them in there to make sure they're not doing anything.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Maybe they're switching the bait around. To see
I know.
the science experiment.
Because the whole thing is like, I think it's like one of those things with the Catholic Church. Like, it's so weird how it's like my mother's devout Catholic.
Yeah.
And she was like in the beginning, she was like, why won't you send your kids to Catholic school? I was like, because do you watch the news? She's like, you really believe that? I was like, what, that thousands of priests have been convicted of molesting children?
I think maybe tens of thousands.
I was like, what do you think? That's a conspiracy? And she was like, no, I just think like it's not going to happen to your kid. I'm like, what? Like, could you imagine if there was one pedophile in a school, you'd be like, I will never send my child to that school.
No, yeah.
In the Catholic Church, it's like, there's thousands of possible pedophiles. And we're like, let's go.
Yeah, you're gambling big time.
Yeah, it's
you're going
stupid.
to the pedo casino.
Yeah. So I have my own relationship with God. That's what I do.
But I do too.
I have my own relationship with God.
But I don't care. I don't like all the. I don't like the nuance. And I remember going to Catholic church as a kid, and at the funeral, it reminded me of like the kneeling and the fucking and the cult like amana and repeating what they say.
Yeah.
And it feels so Kool-Aid-y. Like I'm like, oh man,
this is weird.
I'm drinking in.
And then even like I remember being a little kid where I went to school. Like there was this one song we'd have to sing like every day. It was like, "Were you there when they crucified my Lord?" And then
So
you go,
awful.
"Oh." Then they go, "Sometimes it causes me to tremble."
What?
Tremble,
I don't know
tremble.
this
And then you know
song.
what the second verse was? They go, I swear to God, I remember being a little kid and looking up, be like, okay. They go, the priest is singing. He's like, "Were you there when they nailed him to the tree?" And then you go, "Oh." And I remember being like, "Why did they nail him to the tree?"
Dude, they said they sing some of the songs that you had to sing as a kid were so ominous, but you didn't really understand the words. And I mean, it was like brutal. It was like, "The blood was splattered on your hands."
Yeah. Jesus got shot with an AK-47.
It's so awful. And you know what I said in the middle of it? I said this to my lady. I was like, I looked up at the Jesus on the cross because I hadn't been in a Catholic church in so long, and it was a big one.
Yeah.
And they have him just in agony. You know, it
Yeah.
looks so painful. And there's a little tiny cloth covering up his.
It's a little, I know.
And it just made. And I turned to her and I was like, I know this is fucked up, but like, they were brutal with this guy. They beat the shit out of him, right? Then they nailed him on a cross. They nailed his hands and his feet. You think they had the decency to cover up his papito?
No.
They didn't go get a cloth.
He
after
was
they
butt
beat the
naked.
shit. Yeah, I know. So I said, show his penis. And she said, they can't show a penis in church. And I said, why not?
Yeah.
They show a man dying on a piece of fucking wood.
Yeah.
Make it real. Put his caquito out there.
What is caquito?
Because I want to see what it was.
What it was? I bet you had he probably
He
had
had
a
a
decent
piece. That's why they killed him.
Yeah. That's
He
why
had
they
a nice
killed him.
piece. That's
He had
why
a
they
I know. They're like, look at that big fat cock.
You know how many like Catholic listeners are like, that's enough.
That's enough.
That's enough.
The priest raping the kids is fine, but don't say that on a podcast.
No, well, you know, that's funny that you say that about your mom saying like
It's just insanity.
No, because my mom, the same thing. Like we all grew up Irish Catholic and all that.
Sure.
I sent my parents Spotlight. You know that movie Spotlight?
Spotlight, Michael Keaton.
My mom didn't want to watch it. She was like, I don't want to see that.
People don't want to take a good look in the mirror.
That's the thing.
It's like, listen, honey. Listen, Toots.
babe.
Listen. I just started to say to my mom, I say, listen, Toots.
Listen, Tootsie.
Father Bill was fucking rough. That's why I've not sent my kid to Catholic school.
All right, hold on 1 second. We got to go. What, how much time have we done? Okay.
I wish it was. Oh, is that all right? No.
Can we get a little bit more?
Of course.
I know you got to go back to
let me see what time it is.
It's 10:07.
Oh, it's 10:07. We're good.
You got a little bit of time?
Yeah, we're good. Oh, hold on. Let me just send this text.
You're fine. We'll cut this part out, Joe. Just slice this up.
No, leave it. Okay.
I'm saying I'm sorry to my sister.
Why?
Because we got into a little fight.
At Grandma's funeral?
No, at the house.
Recently? Oh, because you just flew here from Chicago.
Yeah, man.
This morning.
Yeah, I'm sad.
Was it cold in Chicago?
It was. I mean, it's
like this, right?
Chicago. No, it was colder than this. Chicago's colder than this.
I love Chicago so much.
Honestly, dude, don't get me started because the only reason I won't move back there is because the city of Chicago is a fucking nightmare. It's a ripoff.
No, Chicago's not as expensive as LA or New York.
Yeah, it is. Chicago is more expensive than LA now. To live downtown.
Chicago?
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you how insane it is downtown.
Okay.
You buy I don't know how it is here in New York, but let's say you buy a condo. I wanted to buy a nice condo, like looking over the lake, right?
Two beddy,
Ooh. Two beddy, half bath.
Whoa.
You got a shower and a sink. But look, okay, let's say you buy one of these condos. Okay. The mortgage is going to be the same as whatever you put down.
Rent $4 or $5 grand a month.
Whatever it is you put down versus how much it is.
Yeah.
It's the same anywhere, right?
What is it? A $1 million condo?
But the HOA.
That's where they get you.
HOAs are like $4 grand a month. I'm not fucking
$4,000 a month?
Fucking kidding you.
How is that possible?
Because it's one of these fancy condo buildings. This is what they do. That's how they get you.
Jesus, $4,000 a month. I thought $1,100, $1,500 a month is like the maintenance.
That's what I was.
Whatever you pay.
We looked at a bunch of different places. The range is all over the place, but two of the places we liked, one of them was $2,700 a month, and the other one was almost $4 grand a month.
I love
for an HOA. I was like, what the fuck is that?
Can I just say, because I know that 1,000% this is going to happen. Just let me save you the trouble now. If you're a local realtor in Chicago, please don't DM Andrew all the real estate deals you can get him, and how if you just use just shut the fuck up, okay? I love every time you mention anything. It's like on the podcast, then people will message you, be like, I can help. It's like, what? You think I'm going to go through you now?
Yeah.
You fucking lunatic.
That being said, do DM me. If
I was going to say, that being said, I am looking to open up a spin studio to try to reconcile the relationship with my kid's mom. So I am looking to invest in a spin studio. If you have any good deals on any Staten Island properties, DM me at Chrissy
She was
Comedy.
spinning yesterday. I saw her on the bike on our gram.
Well, she better start spinning faster. That shit better start spitting out Bitcoin because we're losing money.
Well, we already lost all of our money on that shit. No, she was doing
she's good.
And I don't know how to do. I've been on the Peloton once. I stayed at a hotel that had one of those in the gym, and I don't like it. Just because that the seat is uncomfortable. I
can't do it either.
Reminds me of college, sitting on stuff like that.
Yeah, I can't.
But she's so good. She can take one foot off and do and she can do tricks.
She's good. She's good with the tricks.
Is that a thing?
And now it's that thing too, where she'll be like, I need to go in the gym and spin. I need my time. I need to practice on my spinning.
She does.
And then I'll go in there and she's doing
she's
doing Cirque du Soleil shit on the spin bike.
I like it.
I know. Hey, listen, it's something. I know. I'm gonna have to buy the studio and invest in it.
But there's a space right next door to this, isn't there? Yeah, there's one that's.
No, she wants to be on Staten Island. She said there's nobody spinning on Staten Island. It's a lot of housewives that they got nothing to do but take Xanax and do spin.
Is that really what it is down there?
Yeah, I told them.
Your neighborhood, is it all? Is it like Housewife Central?
It's Well, I mean, it's it's pretty.
Is there the Real Housewives of Staten Island? Have they made that show?
I don't know if did they ever do Real Housewives of Staten Island? No.
Man, they should. Yeah.
No, they should though. No.
They have Real Housewives of New York.
Real Housewives of New York, right? Did they have them? I don't know. They probably would have. Well, they had Mob Wives. That was in Staten Island. Mob Wives.
I thought that was in Jersey.
But Big Ange used to be on Staten Island all the time. R.I.P.
Oh, she's dead?
She died, yeah.
What'd she die of?
I don't know what
Fauci's
Big Ange
AIDS?
died of. Maybe Fauci's AIDS. Lung cancer.
Lung cancer? Oh, she was smoking?
Smoker.
That's so sad.
Smoker.
You never smoked. Did you smoke?
No.
I used to smoke.
You used to smoke cigs?
Yeah. I used to love it. In fact, sometimes I really love it when I'm really like stressed out or sad or fucked up.
You gotta smoke.
Sometimes I just
Did
like
you smoke a cigarette at Granny's funeral?
No, but we did a bunch of sauce. I had as much sauce.
Drank a little bit.
I had to drink a lot of it. We drank a lot of it. That's what we do.
What are you gonna do with her house now?
Burn it.
Yeah.
No, my mom's gonna sell it. She's fucking bummed about the whole thing. What's wild is where my grandmother, with the house they had, that the last house that they had, after they left Rogers Park, was where the first house was.
Mm-hmm.
They moved to this little neighborhood near the airport called Park Ridge.
Okay.
And back in the day, it was like super, super working class and these tiny little homes, tiny. And now it's insane. They've all been leveled.
Gentrified.
5-story mega mansions. It's crazy.
Right.
And these tiny little lots, because the lots aren't that big.
Right.
But they build straight up. So around my grandmother's house, it's like ominous, surrounded by these huge buildings. So eventually it's going to come. The time is going to come. The land is worth more than the house isn't worth shit.
I was going to say, your family would probably get a nice pretty penny for the land though, right?
I guess you got to demo the house because they're going to rip the house down. They're just going to pay for the lot. So the lot's worth whatever it's worth. Not a ton of money. It's not.
Something though.
No, it's something. But yeah, I bet at some point they'll sell it. They don't want to sell it.
You can
right
use
away.
that money that you get from Granny to pay for the HOA fees on the condo you want in Chicago.
Barely.
That's
That would
it.
be fucking like a
let
half a
grandma
month.
pay for let grandma pay the super's fucking salary.
In fact, my grandmother put in her will that she wanted you to have a little bit.
She did? Mm-hmm. Wow, that's because we had our thing.
Yeah, well,
Jasmine does not know about.
she does now. Well, she's spinning. You
The last time I went to Chicago, she was like, "Tell me who you were hanging out with in Chicago." I was like,
grandma?
"Dave, you don't want to know." She was like, "Where were you at 2:00 in the morning?"
Paparazzi. Christy Comedy caught with a 91-year-old
Yeah,
woman walking
coming
the
out of
street to the
nursing
West
home.
Loop. No pictures. No
I like
pictures.
that. I'm so sad.
My grandmother get into a car. She's like, no pictures. 45 minutes later, she's finally in the car. You could ever make a quick escape if you dated an older woman.
She just
What's the oldest woman you've dated
55.
or slept with? Whatever you want to say.
55.
55? When you were how old? 20?
22, 23.
Isn't that hot?
Yeah.
And she was divorced.
Oh yeah. Divorced.
Once or twice divorced. By 60, you could have done it twice.
I don't know actually, once or twice.
Any kids?
Oh yeah, she's Colombian.
Older than you then.
Oh
Kids are
yeah.
probably older than you.
Yeah.
Their kids were 30 in their mid 30s.
Yeah, the kids, were way older than me.
How'd you meet her? On the internet?
No, fucking at a comedy show. Oh, so maybe I was older. Maybe I was 26, 27.
So you got off stage and she
Yeah.
said, let me tell you something, pal.
No, she was Colombian. She was like, I think that you're so cute. She was like, you cute.
I think you're so cute.
Yeah.
You want to go back to my hotel?
Yeah, hotel.
What, did you go back to her hotel?
She's like, my ex-husband used to be a baseball player.
No, really?
Yeah,
Sammy Sosa's wife?
She said, you look like a baseball player.
You do kind of look like, you have a butt like a baseball player.
She goes, he used to be a baseball player. Are you a baseball player?
You got legs and a butt.
I was like, no, I just did comedy for 8 people and I got paid in chicken fingers. She goes, that's okay.
Did you like it? Was it fun?
Yeah, you know me. I was scared at that. I remember. I'll never forget at that point because I was like, maybe I was 25 at that point. I remember like we were getting to it, and I had boxer shorts. Like my aunt for Christmas would always get me like, still even in my 20s, still to this day, would always get me like superhero boxer shorts, and I had on Superman boxer shorts. And she was like, "How old are you again?" She goes, "You are 18, right?"
You were.
I was like, "Yeah, I'm 26."
But I like Superman as well.
She's like,
They were boxers, but at least they were boxers, not tight.
You slow? I just had Superman up with a shit stain in them.
She's washing your shit stained underwear in the morning.
Hey, this disgusting, please. Wash it in the sink.
I never
What's
slept with
oldest
I
woman?
never slept with an old woman.
No.
I slept with when I first moved to Long Beach. I hooked up with this girl that was, not.
How old were you?
I was 22 when I first moved to Long
So
Beach.
how old was she?
She was probably like 40.
Okay.
She had her own house. She was like maybe late 30s, early 40s, and we met at this shitty bar called Acapulco Inn. Shout out to AI. It's not there anymore. It burnt down. And man, it was disgusting. It was a fucking repulsive bar. You know those bars that have no windows?
Yuck.
And the floor is fucking somehow older than the bar itself. Like
Yeah.
it was there
Just
before
gross.
time.
Yeah.
And it, and anyway, I was with my buddy Colin and a couple other buddies, and we were hanging out and drinking all night. And then we went back to this woman's condo, and we were drinking there. And then Colin was like, "We got to get out of here." This woman was not
Right.
wherever she is. And she wasn't really attractive at all.
Okay.
She was pretty. It was rough. And I'm not saying I'm hot, but like
That was rough.
this was bad.
Right.
The difference was big. And these guys were like, Colin was like, "Let's get out of here." And I was like, "All right, Leah, let's get out of here." But then she started like rubbing me and touching me, and I was like, And he was like, dude, you're not going to stay and hook up. I was like, no way, dude.
No.
And then I remember vividly, I could like see it from my angle and his angle as these guys all get out of there, like they're quick to scurry out. And then he turns around, looks back, and I can see his smile. And I'm looking through the top floor window, and I look down and I go, bye. And I just close the window. And he's cracking up. And he's like, you're gross. You're gross. But I had to. And we made sweet love.
Sweet love.
It was actually really nice. She was really nice and
Do you
sweet.
have a child with this woman?
How funny. I do. I have a kid in Long Beach.
Oh my, it's that orangutan.
I have this little surfer boy in Long Beach somewhere. Wherever you are, Cade, I fucking miss you, dog. Fucking love you, bro. No, I didn't. I would actually say I was a good boy. I remember vividly wearing a condominium.
You did?
Yeah, I remember.
Wow.
I think she made me. I was 22. She was like,
Yeah.
like this little fucking bar rat scumbag.
Just scumbag.
But not you. You're allergic to condoms.
Yep.
You can't
Look
have
at my
them.
kids and warts.
All right, look, I love
No.
you. I got to get you back to Staten Island.
Come
I know. Tampa T
on.
wants you to go.
Tampa T does want me to go.
I know. We got to get you back. All right, go to ChristyComedy.com. This weekend, you got to watch this boy. He's out in
This weekend. So when is this?
next week. Next weekend, you're in where?
I'll be at the Borgata February 26th in Atlantic City. It was rescheduled because of the snowy wowie. So February 26th, but then March 4th, Royal Oak, Michigan, Detroit, and then March 5th, the Gramercy Theater shooting a special. Made the tickets really cheap. It's going to be some of the same material you saw at the Beacon, but we got to get that on fucking YouTube. So we're doing it at Gramercy Theater, March 5th, New York City.
March 5th, you got to go out. I talked to Pimpy last night. He told me you were going to put it on YouTube. I didn't
Pimp's
know you were
great.
doing that. He said that.
I think that's just the move, right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I'm not going to sit here and wait for all these networks. Plus, they're all suing me.
I don't think there's. You should put that in the lawsuit.
yeah.
Be like, if I win, you'll give me a special.
I'm going to say that in the beginning. The reason why I had my special on YouTube is because literally all the other networks are suing me. So I'm doing it myself. I should start the special like that, right?
Yeah, you should.
Should I really, truthfully?
And the special should be called I got sued.
I got sued. Well, the special is going to be called Fauci Gave Me AIDS. Could you imagine I named the special Fauci?
Fauci would be great.
Do you think, but I worry it'd get flagged for COVID misinfo, like it wouldn't go viral. But if I just named it Fauci.
Who's in charge of flagging?
I don't know.
You know when someone's like, this has been flagged, but you're like, who flagged it?
You know what the name of that job is? Someone who flags on YouTube. A flag-it.
Flagger.
A flagger. Yeah.
Flagger.
A flagger.
Yeah. You better watch your.
Yeah.
You're dropping flags all over this show.
Flags. No, I'm saying flags.
I understand.
Yeah.
And it's
But you can't say that.
what color is the flag?
Red.
Your favorite color.
Favorite color. Do you think that'll eventually get red out of the color? Like you can't say red anymore?
Yeah. Most likely. It's just the danger that, and it's very, I mean, it's very threatening, the color.
Yeah. Yeah.
Although this is orange. Whenever somebody says I have red hair, for my whole life, I never liked calling it red hair.
Yeah.
It's orange hair. What color is this, Tampa T? Yeah, it's 100% orange.
He has diabetes. He can't see.
He's blind.
Yeah, he's like that.
Low. Go see this sweet prince. Please go see him. Please go watch him tape his special. New Yorker's going to come out. How many shows you can do? 2 or 3? 2.
I'm going to do 2, and then it's going to come out at youtube.com/ChristyComedy. Follow me on the YouTubes. Also, patreon.com/ChristyComedy. We have another episode of TT Jerry's Bucket List coming out, where we've taken TT Jerry, my transgender uncle who just got out of prison, 25 years. We took her and gave her a new surprise. So that's all at patreon.com/ChristyComedy.
Go check that out. I love you. I'll see you next time.
I'll see you next time.
Give me a kiss.
In here, we pour whisk, 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 whisk.
You're that creature in the ginger beard.
Sturdy and ginger.
Like vampires, the ginger gene is a curse.
Gingers are beautiful.
You owe me $5 for the whiskey and $75 for the horse.
Gingers? Oh, hell no.
This whiskey is excellent.
Ginger. I like gingers.